Okay, so this is a common problem that you'll see. So the patient's entering acuity is 2050 with their habitual RX, and they came in wearing this prescription uh, right here. So, and the question will be, which of these following answer choices is a prescription that we could give the patient? So if we know that their entering acuity is 2050, 2050 spherical equivalent is -1. And then the spherical equivalent of the habitual Rx is E equals -1 plus half of minus 0.75. Um, so that's -1 minus 0.375. So spherical equivalent equals -1.375. And I'm just going to remind you, uh, for sphere and spherical equivalent, we round to the more minus number. So right now we're between -150 and -1.25. -150 is the more negative number, so we're going to round to -150. So the spherical equivalent of our entering pair of glasses is -150. So this is the spherical equivalent of the glasses they're wearing, and this is the spherical equivalent of their error. So to find out what their new spherical equivalent should be, we just combine those. So -150 plus -1 equals -250. This is the goal spherical equivalent of their new prescription. So one of these five answer choices, so the question will give you a bunch of different prescriptions. One of the prescriptions will have the correct spherical equivalent. So to solve this, we find the spherical equivalent of each of these, and one of them should fulfill our target. So I want to start with this one because it's the easiest. So -1.75. Instead of doing the formula, I kind of do it in my head. I encourage you to use the formula until you feel confident in it. But I can just look at this and say, okay, -1.75, and then half of -1 is -50. If I add -50 to -175, that equals -2.25. So I know that one's wrong. Okay. And so now we're looking at the second one. Uh, so because of the way that our manual tells us to round, a shortcut for solving spherical equivalents when you have -75 or minus quarters is to just round up a little bit. So I'll round this one to -1, and I'll take half of that, which is -50. I'll add that to -150 equals -2. And so since it's -2, it's not -250. I know that one's wrong as well. Okay, this one, I will round this quarter up again. So I'm going to round it up to -150. I'll take half of that, which is -75. I'll add -75 to -1, and that means it's -1.75. So this is also not correct. Now we're on the fourth one. So -75, I will round up to -1. I'll take half of that, which is -50. I'll add that to -2, and that equals -250. So this one fulfills our target. And then I'll just do this one just in case. And so -1.25, I'm going to round that up to -150. I'm going to take half of that, -75. I'm going to add that to -150, and that equals -2.25. So that one's also wrong. So our final RX for this patient would be -2, -75, 180.